When a woman suddenly starts ignoring you, your first instinct might be to chase, question, or try to win her attention back. But that is exactly what she expects and what most men do. The truth is, women are highly attuned to emotional energy. When she pulls away, she's testing your response, not your words. She wants to see if you'll lose control, if your sense of worth depends on her validation, or if you can remain centered and composed. This is where reverse psychology comes into play. The moment you stop chasing and start acting from power rather than need, everything shifts. She begins to wonder what changed, why you're so calm, and whether she misjudged your value. In this video, you'll learn exactly how to respond when a woman ignores you. Not with desperation, but with quiet strength that draws her back naturally. 1. Stay calm, not reactive. When a woman starts ignoring you, your reaction determines everything. Most men panic. They send multiple texts, replay every interaction in their heads, and even begin overanalyzing her social media. That's the biggest mistake. Emotional overreaction only confirms that she has power over you. The most attractive response is to remain calm and unbothered. A man who keeps his peace when he's being ignored radiates quiet confidence. It sends a clear message: I am in control of myself, not controlled by others. Reverse psychology begins with emotional discipline. Instead of chasing her energy, redirect it inward. Go to the gym, focus on your goals, hang out with friends, or start working on a new project. Your silence will speak louder than any message you could send. Women notice when a man doesn't react the way they expect. It intrigues them because it breaks the pattern. Suddenly, the power dynamic flips. She's the one wondering what you're thinking. The calm approach also protects your dignity. When you act desperate or impulsive, it diminishes respect. But when you appear grounded, she starts to view you as emotionally stable and self-assured, traits women subconsciously crave. She begins to question if ignoring you was a mistake. That uncertainty is what creates attraction again. Think of it like this: silence is not weakness, it's strategy. You're not ignoring her to play games. You're giving her space to reflect while demonstrating that your world doesn't revolve around her. When she realizes that you've emotionally detached, it disrupts her expectations. Curiosity begins to replace indifference. Suddenly, the same woman who was ignoring your messages starts checking your stories, liking your posts, or trying to find subtle ways to reconnect. By staying calm, you show that you understand the game, but you're not playing it emotionally. You've mastered the art of self-control, and in relationships, that's real power. 2. Mirror her energy. If she's ignoring you, the smartest thing you can do is mirror her energy. Reverse psychology works best when you subtly give back the same behavior she's showing you. Not out of revenge, but as a reflection of emotional balance. When she goes cold, you go cool. When she gets distant, you pull back too. This signals that you're not emotionally dependent on her response, which instantly makes you more attractive. Mirroring her energy prevents you from being the only one investing effort. Relationships thrive on balanced energy, not one-sided pursuit. If she stops texting, do not double text. If she withdraws attention, do not try harder to earn it. Instead, slow down, match her pace, and let her feel the absence of your effort. Women are emotional creatures, and when the energy they once took for granted disappears, they feel it deeply. By mirroring, you're teaching her, without words, that your attention is earned, not owed. This rebalances the dynamic. She'll start to sense your distance and wonder if you've moved on, if you've met someone new, or if she misjudged your interest. That curiosity is powerful. It makes her reevaluate her own behavior, often prompting her to reach out or re-engage just to test if she still holds your attention. The key, however, is authenticity. Do not fake it. Do not act cold out of bitterness or pride. Instead, genuinely focus on yourself. When you detach emotionally and match her calm with your own peace, it feels natural, not forced. This is what makes your presence magnetic again. Mirroring also helps you preserve your self-worth. You're not chasing someone who isn't giving the same energy. You're allowing her to reveal her true intentions. If she values you, she will notice your withdrawal and step forward. If she doesn't, you'll know you saved yourself unnecessary effort and emotional turmoil. In the end, the law of mirroring creates balance and respect. You're no longer reacting to her silence. You're responding with controlled detachment. That calm reflection of her behavior becomes a subtle psychological trigger that makes her crave your energy again. She'll start to feel what you once felt, and that's when the dynamic begins to shift completely in your favor. 3. Level up quietly. When she ignores you, the best revenge and the most effective psychological move is not confrontation, but quiet self-improvement. Reverse psychology isn't about manipulation, it's about redirection. Instead of chasing her validation, invest that energy into becoming a better, more confident version of yourself. When a woman sees that her absence hasn't broken your focus, it triggers both curiosity and admiration. Start by upgrading your lifestyle. Hit the gym, refine your style, sharpen your skills, and realign your goals. Every time you evolve, you shift the power dynamic without saying a word. She might not notice it immediately, but sooner or later she will. When she sees your growth through subtle signals, your energy, your confidence, your appearance, she'll begin to question whether she underestimated your value. That's when the silent shift happens. The hunter becomes the prize. Leveling up also works on a deeper psychological level. Humans are naturally drawn to those who seem to be in demand or progressing in life. When she ignored you, she assumed her absence would affect your confidence. But if she sees you thriving instead, her subconscious mind associates you with strength and independence, traits that are universally attractive. You must also embrace the power of mystery. Do not announce your changes or try to make her see your improvement directly. Just let it show naturally. Post less, move with purpose, and keep your circle tight. The less she knows, the more she'll want to know. Curiosity is a powerful motivator, and when you stop seeking her validation, she begins to crave yours. This phase isn't about making her jealous, it's about genuinely rising above the situation. A man who focuses on growth rather than reaction becomes unstoppable. Women sense that energy immediately. She may start reaching out again, pretending to be just checking in, but what she's really doing is trying to reattach to the version of you that's evolving beyond her reach. So when a woman ignores you, do not waste energy begging for her attention. Channel it into your own evolution. Level up so quietly that your progress becomes impossible to ignore. Because the moment she realizes she lost a man who grows stronger without her, that's the moment the power completely shifts back to you. 4. Give her the gift of missing you. When a woman ignores you, the most powerful thing you can do is give her space, but not in a passive way. You give her the gift of missing you. Most men suffocate attraction by over-communicating, begging for clarity, or trying to fix what doesn't need fixing yet. But women are emotional by nature. They need to feel your absence to appreciate your presence, and that only happens when you step back intentionally. Reverse psychology works beautifully here. By not chasing, you allow her emotions to do the work for you. You see, when she ignores you, she expects you to react, to double text, to call, to seek validation. When you don't, she's forced to sit with silence. Silence creates space for curiosity. Curiosity becomes confusion, and confusion turns into emotional tension, the very spark that reignites attraction. This doesn't mean cutting her off completely or acting arrogant. It's about detachment with grace. You live your life fully, engage with your passions, post with confidence, not thirst, and let her feel that subtle gap you've left behind. The beauty of absence is that it forces reflection. She starts remembering the small things, your voice, your confidence, the comfort of your presence. That emotional nostalgia is what brings her back, not confrontation. The trick is to stay consistent. Do not give mixed signals. Once you've pulled back, maintain your peace. Let her reach out on her own time. And when she does, do not jump at the first opportunity to respond. Keep your tone light, your words short, and your energy calm. That small dose of indifference will magnify your value. In psychology, this principle is known as the contrast effect. When something familiar is suddenly gone, its importance intensifies. The less she hears from you, the louder your absence becomes. That's when she starts replaying old conversations, checking your profile, or trying to bump into you online. And when she does, you've already won. The goal isn't to punish her, it's to let her rediscover your worth on her own. You're not ignoring her back, you're allowing silence to do the talking. Because when you master the art of letting her miss you, you shift from being the one who wants her attention to the one whose attention she's craving. 5. Re-engage with confidence, not need. When the silence starts to fade and she finally reaches out, maybe with a casual, "Hey stranger," or a subtle comment on something you posted, that's your moment of power. But this is where most men fail. They rush in too quickly, overflowing with excitement, and instantly give away the control they had regained. The secret to using reverse psychology effectively is knowing how to re-engage, not from need, but from confidence. When she reappears, treat it as nothing unusual. Respond naturally but calmly. Keep the conversation short, light, and positive. You want her to feel your warmth, but also your independence. Show that your world didn't stop spinning while she was gone. This subtle mix of friendliness and composure communicates one simple truth. You are not the same man she ignored. You've evolved, you've leveled up, and you're now in a position of quiet power. The reason this approach works is because it confuses the emotional expectations she had of you. She expected that your emotions would still orbit around her, that you would still seek her approval. Instead, she finds a man who is relaxed, emotionally grounded, and not trying to prove anything. That shift in energy makes her chase reassurance, which flips the dynamic completely. Remember, the purpose of reverse psychology isn't manipulation, it's self-control. You're showing her that your confidence doesn't depend on her behavior. Whether she stays or goes, you remain centered. And that kind of emotional stability is magnetic. It shows maturity, emotional intelligence, and an inner calm that few people possess. When you re-engage, let your actions demonstrate your transformation. Your tone should be confident but kind. Your body language, if you meet in person, should be open but never eager. Let her feel that she has to earn back the same level of intimacy she once had. This subtle boundary re-establishes respect. If she truly values you, she'll sense the difference. She'll notice that your validation isn't freely available anymore, and that realization will make her want it more. That's the essence of attraction through reverse psychology. When you show you no longer need her, she begins to want you again. So, re-engage wisely. Respond, but don't chase. Smile, but don't surrender your frame. When you act from confidence instead of need, you're no longer reacting to her silence. You're writing the ending on your terms. When a woman ignores you, it's not the end. It's an opportunity to redefine how she sees you. Most men lose their composure, but the few who stay calm, mirror her energy, level up quietly, and let her feel their absence stand out from the rest. That's the essence of reverse psychology. You stop trying to control her actions and instead control your reactions. The power shifts when you show that her silence doesn't disturb your peace. By not chasing, you trigger curiosity. By improving yourself, you awaken admiration. And by re-engaging with calm confidence, you rebuild attraction on your own terms. Remember, women respect emotional control. It's the rarest form of strength. Your silence, self-growth, and composure speak louder than any emotional plea ever could. So the next time she ignores you, Don't react. Rise. Focus on becoming so centered, disciplined, and fulfilled that her absence doesn't shake your world. Because when you master this art, she won't just notice you again. She'll respect you in ways she never did before. That's how a man turns rejection into attraction and silence into power.